Dragons! I am back today for my ARC August, my first video. This may be my only video that I do before I go to Ireland, but I do want to say how I'm going to do it. So I recently came back from ALA and I have a lot of physical ARCs. I also don't read on my Kindle a whole ton, so my Netgally score pretty much sucks. My Netgally score right now is 25%. Proof will be right here. So I'm trying to motivate myself to read more on my Kindle or read more on my Netgally, even if I have a physical copy of the book, which a lot of these are. So here is the plan right now. I am currently reading Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson, which is a murder mystery thriller about a character that got pretty injured, and she has about a week left to live because the aneurysm in her brain is going to explode. And she's kind of working with her best friend Billy to kind of find out who tried to kill her before she dies. And I'm about 45% into this book. So this will be my physical ARC that I'm currently reading. It came out the end of July, so I'm right on track. I have liked books by Holly Jackson in the past. I have also not liked them. So this one is a pretty much even. Like, I am enjoying it, but I'm not loving it. So yeah. The next thing we're going to do for our August is I'm going to spin my little wheel. Make sure I remember to put it back. And I'm just going to choose, am I going to choose a book that has an e-ARC or a physical ARC? Ooh. Okay, physical ARC. Okay, so I am going to go to my Netgally page because I just got a physical ARC. Okay, so I am going to pick up, because it is on that first page. Oh, my thing fell. Oh, dear. Okay. What I mean by that, physical, it just means I have a physical copy of it and I can read it, like, physically. So I think I'm going to pick up A Flame and Fury by Michaela Bridge. I just got this in my owl crate. So it's a really, really pretty edition. On the island built from ash and surrounded in fire, Phoenix Racing is as profitable as it is deadly. This is stunning, and I do have a Netgally ARC of it, so I do have to read it. And it is also on the first page that I'm focusing on for this vlog. I'm trying to get everything down on page 1, and if I can remember, I will attach a photo of the page I'm trying to tackle in this vlog to just see how much I could get down. So yeah, I'll do that on there for you as well. Attach another photo. There are a couple books on here I'm probably not going to read because they are 2026 books and I would like to not go that far ahead. So the plan for today is to start A Flame and Fury and read about 100 pages of this. So I would like to get up to chapter 13. I don't know what this book is about, to be very honest. I think the cover is stunning. I like the actual cover too, but it's a little bit different. And yeah, so I'm going to read this. It says, on the island built from ash and surrounded by fire, Phoenix Racing is profitable as it is deadly. Yeah, so this one's very, very pretty. I'm very excited to dive into this one. So yeah, I'm going to start this. And then if I decide to go for a bike ride or I do decide to go listen to my audiobook, I will make some more progress on Not Quite Dead Yet. And then I'm going to pick up another book. If I can find something on this page, I will. If not, I'll just pick up another ebook or an ARC that I have. I do have a lot of them, so. But the physical books I'm going to focus on are on this page. So, yeah. All right. I will talk to you guys when I have an update. But it is August 1st, and I would love to make some progress on something today. I also finally finished Stranger Things, which is exciting. I actually rewatched another episode with Mel on her Patreon last night, so I watched episode 4 again. And I'm probably going to pick up The Summer I Turned Pretty today and watch that. But I should probably work out first before I forget to do that. I have one more workout for the week, and I will probably listen to Not Quite Dead Yet as I'm doing that. It's actually colder than I thought it was going to be today. But, you know, it's been so hot, so maybe it's nice that we have a little bit of break from the heat. All right, so when I have some progress, when I have made some progress in something, I will give you guys an update. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hi friends, it's a lot later. It is it's like almost 8:30. So I did wind up reading a bunch of this book. I just didn't do enough of updates. So I just got up to page 100 in A Fate and Fury, and I just want to show you this pretty cover. I think I showed it to you before. But oh my god, this cover is stunning. I just have to say, and I'm loving this book. Like, I am so happy that I finally picked this book up. I also just got it from Owl Crate, literally in the mail like yesterday. But oh my god, I'm loving this book. So basically you follow a main character. Let me just try to get names. I'm always bad with names. Kale, and she lives in this little, it's like a phoenix blood society. Makes me really want to kind of pick up the Phoenix Keeper next because it has phoenixes as well. And basically you start the book off with like her in a phoenix racing competition, and she has like a group of people. There's like a bunch of different jobs. She's with her best friend. She's with she's not racing, but it's her phoenix. And something bad happened at the race, and it ended in a pretty like dramatic fashion that kind of set her team a tatters. It happens in the first chapter, but basically her team that she's working with has kind of like disintegrated. And she winds up saving a phoenix from a very, very dangerous situation later with a guy that she does not like. They don't get along. But that experience kind of put them in the public's purview. And now that she's in the public purview with this guy she really doesn't like, they might use her to kind of get more attention, and she may be racing. But she's also in a very, very precarious financial situation because her house is in bad shape. Her dad passed away from an illness, and they don't really have the money to do any of these things. But she really does want to eventually open up a phoenix sanctuary. There's a lot of different political beliefs about how to run phoenixes and like, you know, how to like, you know, do environmental stuff. And the reason that the phoenixes were she basically saved the phoenixes was there's collars that kind of lessen their their powers, I guess. And she and the guy, who they have a very, very love to hate dynamic, were kind of interested to kind of protect them, and it worked. So the first part was basically them in that and kind of deciding if they're gonna go work for this other I guess it's kind of like a company that is going to let her race, but, you know, other stuff is going on. And something in the first 100 pages happened, and that kind of pushed them to make a decision. So that's where I've read the first part. I'm liking this book quite a bit. I like all the characters. We have some side characters. We have 2 boys and 2 girls that are mains, and I'm just having a great time with it. I'm liking the representation with the characters. I also really like the focus on the animals. These are not talking animals as far as I can tell, but they do have little personalities, and I really do like the main character. So yeah, I'm gonna try to read another 100 pages at some point before tomorrow. I'm also watching this last season of The Summer I Turned Pretty, which I know is very, very polarizing. I have never read the books. I really do like the show though, so don't spoil me in the comments if you know who Belly chooses, because I don't want to know. I always say that I always choose the wrong guy. So start of the season I was definitely team Jeremiah. I don't know, I like both of them at this point, so if she could choose anyone I would probably be content. But I didn't wind up listening to any of my audiobook, not quite did yet. I wound up listening to a podcast. I am heading to Ireland next week, so I may like tomorrow take some time to catch up on this book, but I also might save the podcast for when I'm traveling, because those are like a little bit easier to listen to. But yeah, I am really, really liking this. I'm curious to see where this book goes next, what happens in the next 100 pages, and then I'll give you guys another update. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hi Book Dragons, I am back. I just want to do a quick update. I did wind up going to town today. I got my nails redone for my trip. I'm going to be talking a lot about my trip because it's going to kind of dictate what I do this week, so I apologize. You will probably see a vlog when I'm there. I don't know, but that's kind of where my head's at. I have to like start thinking about packing and all of that stuff. I also do want to give you a quick update. I did wind up listening to a podcast on the way there. I'm just trying to figure out like listening wise what I want to listen to when I'm going to Ireland, so I'm trying to like decide if I want to focus on podcasts or audiobooks when I'm there, especially when I travel, because I'm definitely like a nervous flyer. I just like need something to always listen to. So but I did wind up getting up to 277 and not quite yet. I'm really liking this book. Holly Jackson has written some of my favorite characters, and she's written characters I really don't like. So it really is just dependent on if the story, if I feel connected to the characters. I really do like Jet. I think the mystery is very, very compelling. I think it's one of my favorite mysteries. There's a time, there's like a like a ticking clock in some way. There's also a lot of family involvement. There's also a friend solving a crime with her best friend. There's also the potentiality of maybe a romance, but that's going to be doomed because she's going to die. So there's a lot happening that I am enjoying. It's definitely like a quick audiobook that I'm really liking. So tomorrow, if I do wind up going to yoga, I will probably finish this at some point tomorrow, or just like if I probably should pack. So if I decide to pack, I will probably listen to this when I'm packing. And then I also did wind up getting up to 200 pages into Of Flame and Fury, and I'm loving this book. This book is so fun. And like, I remember in not October, when I read Onyx Storm, I was like, oh my god, I need more dragon or like creature books in my life, because those relationships are so heartwarming to me. And even though our Phoenix at this point cannot talk, I feel like the characters are very, very in tune with each other. We also do have two teams sort of coming together, and I do like that. There is also queerness being discussed in the background of stories, which I do like. Our main character's not queer. There's also a slow burn hate to more romance. This is the hate to more romance I do like, when they're kind of just forced to work together. And that's kind of like when I read Battle of the Bookstores by Ali Brady. That is another one that like kind of did hate to more in a way that I like and I appreciate. I really do like our main character. I like our world. I want to keep reading, and that's what I'm going to do. I also finished watching The Summer I Turned Pretty. Well, all the episodes that are currently out. And I don't know who I want her to be with. So I'm very, very torn by that. But I also did start watch Sweet Magnolias, because I'm trying to catch up on some seasons this week that I like neglected. I want to catch up on that. I want to catch up on Heartstopper. So I'm just trying to catch up on some shows that like I neglected, because I literally spent a month watching Stranger Things. So yeah, I also think I may do a Stranger Things vlog at some point for November. Those audiobooks that I have are really, really quick, and I have one that I may toss into that. So that's just a thought that I'm having to start pre-filming some content for the fall. But yeah, so that's where we are. I'm 200 pages into this book. I'm gonna go read another 100 pages of this and give you guys an update and a time check. Right now it's almost 5 o'clock. Yeah, and I really want to keep reading, which is good. I really do like these characters. I want to know what's happening, and I'm just having a fun time with this story. It's been, again, the last couple of books I read didn't have like strong characters for me to like capture my heart. These characters are doing that, which I'm really happy about. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to read next, but I want to focus on Netgally arcs. So I think what I'm going to do for the rest of this vlog, or as long as I'm here filming consistently, I'm going to always have something that's a Netgally book in, like, listening, like whether I'm physically listening to it or whether I'm listening to it or physically reading it. I want to have something that will check a Netgally book off of my TBR, even if it's not both of them. So right now this is a Netgally arc, and this is just a regular arc. So once I finish this, I'll probably pick up another book, but we'll see. So I'm going to go read another 100 pages, and then I'll give you guys an update. Bye. Hi Figurkins! I always give myself one Sunday off a month where I don't have to go to yoga, because that's like, I try to go every time that I can, but I gave myself today off. There's also a fair up in town that I may go, and I may try to finish listening to this, but my dad may come with me. Oh, by the way, I'm on page 277 of this, and I have like about like 100 pages left, so I will finish this at some point. Probably when I decide to start packing. So, but I also did wind up getting pretty far into Sweet Magnolia season 4. I think I'm on episode 6, which I really do like. It's like one of my fun shows just to watch when I have some downtime, and I haven't caught up on the last season yet. I also got up to page 300 in Of Flames and Fury. I'm really liking this book. This is definitely a found family, or like a force to kind of work together, because you have two teams that kind of came together. There's a little bit more political stuff happening in the second half of this book. We also do have some political stuff that's kind of like developing with the Phoenixes and different ways to view the Phoenixes. We also do have our characters' relationship kind of hitting a peak, which I am really, really liking. And I'm really, really curious to see where the story keeps going. So I'm going to go read another 100 pages of this, and then that will be the end of this. But I'm really having a fun time with this book. I'm going to say it's probably going to be a 5-star read. Like, I have been devouring this. I have loved the relationship between the characters, the Phoenixes, the world, and I just am having a fun time. So I'm really happy that I finally picked this book up. I had it for quite a while because it is one of my Netgally arcs, but yeah, I'm happy that I finally picked it up. So, and these characters really felt to me like they were fleshed out. I was connected to them, which was unlike the last couple of physical books that I read. I did not have that connection, so I'm really excited that I picked this one up. So I'm going to go read the last 100 pages, watch a couple of episodes of Sweet Magnolias, and then I'll give you guys an update. Right now it's 10:03, so let's see how long it takes me to read 100 pages. Bye. Friends, I just want to do another quick update. I actually am updating earlier than I thought because I didn't realize how many parts this book had. So we're actually in part 4, the end of this book. And I am very intrigued. There is some political stuff and there's some stuff. There was a little bit of world building stuff that I was a little bit confused about at the start of this book. The end of it makes it a little bit more clearer. I will also say there's also an illness that's kind of sweeping through this nation that has kind of been a subplot, but that's becoming a little bit more prevalent in the last part. There is a lot, this is a book that like has a lot of moving pieces that you really need to pay attention to, but I'm really liking the romance. I'm really liking the characters. I'm liking the plot, and I'm just excited to keep reading. So this one I'm really enjoying. Like I'm having a really, really fun time with it, and I can't wait to keep reading. Then I also walked up to town for a non-existent fair, and I got up to page 300 in Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson, and I'm really liking this one as well. I really am liking Jet and Billy's relationship, and that's the best friend that's helping her solve her murder. There's a lot of, this is another mystery, there's a lot of moving pieces into it, and I'm really liking the audiobook quite a bit. So I'm probably going to, when I decide to start packing, I'm probably just going to power through and finish this, but I am liking this. So the plan is to let my laundry go for an hour, then go pack, finish that, and then hopefully be pretty far into this that I can also finish this, and we can choose another book. I do not know how I'm going to choose the books for this vlog, honestly. I really want to focus on physical books that I have on NetGalley. That's probably what I should have said, because I struggle to read on my Kindle, like I just do. So I have a lot of books that like I have like physical copies of that I want to focus on now that I'm home. And then there's a lot of ebook NetGalley ARCs that like I just am gonna listen to the audios for. So that is my goal. My goal is by the end of today is to have finished both of these books so I can choose 2 new books for the start of the week, and then at some point, maybe even tomorrow morning, I don't know, I do want to pack, but I feel like packing is like a last minute thing because so many things are like I have to like pack or like last. So I don't know, but I do want to finish this. I'm also watching Sweet Magnolias. I'm like 7 episodes in. That will probably be my goal for today. So yeah, I will talk to you guys when I am done with this. And maybe when I'm done with this, I don't know, but I'm definitely going to finish this first because I'm going to go physically read this. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hi, dragons. I am back. I actually did wind up finishing both of my books. So I wound up finishing Not Quite Dead Yet first, and I gave this book 5 stars. I was not expecting that. I really loved Holly Jackson's first 2 books in the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. I loved book 1, and I really loved book 2. I really struggled with book 3, and I really didn't like the reappearance of Rachel Price. I will say this, I am a very hard thriller reader to please because I have to feel connected to the characters, and normally that is not what you get out of a thriller. But this one, I really did like Jet and Billy quite a bit, and they kind of pulled me through the story. I thought that it was a rather unique book. Like, I really did like it. It was really, really hard to predict what was going to happen, and I liked my audiobook listening experience. I'm going to give this book 5 stars. So I had a fun time with it. Maybe more like a 3, like maybe like a 4.75, but it was just a very, very quick listen, and I was nervous going into this one. And I think that Jet was supposed to be unlikable, but I did not feel that way, and I really enjoyed it. Oh, I have to remember to put this in my luggage. Okay, I have to do the next because this is my charging for my trip. And then I wound up finishing A Flame and Fury by Michaela Bridge, and I gave this book 5 stars. I had a fun time with it. This, again, was just a very engrossing, captivating read. It was a slow burn romantasy. I think that this cover was beautiful. This is the Owl Crate edition. And I loved it. I just had a fun time, and I sometimes struggle with hate more romances. This one just super worked for me. I like the found family. There was a lot of elements of the story that I did not see coming. I really hope we get a sequel. So yeah, I'm gonna take a second. All right, so we're gonna scroll once for a physical book and to see, because I really need some guidance. Okay, so this just has to be an ARC that I have physically that I also have on NetGalley that comes out in the fall. Okay, we can do that. And then while I'm doing that, I'm also going to find a book that I have on NetGalley that I also could get the audiobook for. So yeah, I'm going to go do that, and then I'm going to come back and we are going to figure out what I'm reading next, both physically wise and audiobook wise. The only rule is they both have to be on NetGalley, that I have an arc on NetGalley that I'm going to review. All right, I'll be back soon. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going with my dragon vibes, and I'm going to pick up Dragonborn by Strud and Murray. This comes out in October. It is a middle grade book that has to do with dragons. And yeah, I'm excited. I got this one from Penguin at Comic-Con, and I'm just in a creature mood. So I don't know. I'm going to read this one. I'm going to see how I feel, but I'm very excited about this one. And it should be a rather like quick read as well. And I haven't read middle grade in a while, and it is on NetGalley, so I can get a review done. And then the audiobook I'm going to pick up, I actually just got approved from Libro FM. I'm one of their educator influencers. So I'm going to read The Good Vampire's Guide to Blood and Boyfriends by Jamie D'Amato. I will attach a photo of that here. I will probably listen to this tomorrow at some point because I have to go get my nails redone. I literally just got them, but I chipped one when I was doing something, and I don't want to go out of town with room nails, so I have to go fix that. But I will attach a photo of that here. So I'm going to pick this book up. I have to go submit these 2 books for ARC August so I don't forget. And then when I read maybe about 100 pages of this, I think that's actually too much. Maybe when I read like 50 pages of, maybe when I read like 100 pages of this, let me see, is there like a break? There might be. When I read like the first, I think 50 is a little bit too short, but yeah, normally when I get up to page like 100, I feel like I can like, yeah. So when I read the first 12 chapters of this, I will give you guys like a solid update. But yeah, I'm excited. I like this cover as well, and I really do try to read my middle grade arcs over the summer because when I go back, I can kind of put them in my classroom library or give them to my librarian and she can make prize bins with them. So yeah, I will talk to you guys when I have an update. If I don't update you guys today, I'll definitely update you guys tomorrow when I wake up in the morning. All right, bye friends. Hi, White Dragons. I am back. I had to go run and fix one of my nails because I chipped it, which I never do, so I don't know how I did that. But I did wind up reading about 20 maybe 20% in my vampire book. I will have attached a photo at some point. It has a complicated title and it's over there. I'm loving this book. If you don't know anything about me, I was a big Buffy fan growing up, and then I really liked Vampire Academy. I really liked how Cassandra Clare did vampires, and then Stephanie Meyer kind of ruined vampires for me. So I'm very hesitant when I pick up vampire property because I do like it. I think it's a very like interesting concept, but it has to be done well. And this book is just fun. Like, I'm having a great time listening to it. You basically follow this character who gets turned into a vampire, and it's like from a guy's point of view, which you don't normally get, and it's a LGBTQ plus possible romance. And he is very analytical. He's very in his brain. He's trying to figure out like how to like deal with being a vampire. And then you have a guy that works in the library. This main character, he had a suicide attempt. He does deal with a lot of depression and anxiety, and he had an attempt in the past. So that's kind of in his brain, and where he got turned into a vampire is where he almost jumped a couple of years, like a year before. And he kind of encounters this guy in the library who's like the helper. Like, he kind of makes you feel better, he calms you down, he relaxes you, and they're kind of teaming up to kind of figure out what's going on and how to be a vampire. And then now he's getting letters from someone that says that they know he's a vampire. I'm very, very intrigued. That is like quite a fun listen. I don't know if I'm going to go out today, but if I do, I'm going to listen to that. And I also got up to page 80 in Dragonborn by Strud and Murray. This is also has a girl perspective point of view, which is so fun. You don't get a lot of middle grades from a girl's point of view. You get a few, but a lot of them have, at least the ones that I've read, they're all male leads. But this one has a main character who's a girl named Alex, and her mom is very, very secretive. Her dad passed away and like a couple of years ago, and her mom is just very, very protective of her. And there is things that go on in this little thing that like she starts to sleepwalk and stuff like that. And then on her birthday, this guy comes to her and says, "Hey, you're a dragon." And her mom is just being very, very weird and like lets them take her. So now she's at this dragon school, but I've literally only just got there. And then every couple of chapters you kind of get this from the desk of, it's like kind of expanding the world and giving you like more giving you like more world feedback, but it's kind of like talking to you as the reader, and I love it in a middle grade book, and I'm having a really fun time with it. I think it's a fun read. I want to keep reading, so I'm gonna kind of give you an update when I get up to page like 50%, but it's quite a quick read. I like it as a female lead, and I'm having a fun time with it, so I'm gonna keep reading, and when I have an update for you, I'll give it to you. I'm also watching Ironheart on Disney Plus. I was kind of deciding what I wanted to watch. I just finished Sweet Magnolia season 4, which I really did like this season. It was very fun, and I don't know what I'm gonna watch after Sweet Magnolia, after Ironheart. I'm gonna see like how long it takes me, because I am leaving on Friday, and I don't want to, like, I have a lot of shows I do want to watch, but they're really long. They're like 4 or 5 seasons, and I don't want to start something that I can't finish, so I'm trying to pick something different. I think I'll also watch Heartstopper one day, because that's like super short. The movie's coming out as well. So yeah, I'm having a fun time. So I'm gonna go watch that, read a bit more of this, catch up on booktube, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Friends, I just want to do a quick update. I didn't wind up listening to my audiobook because honestly I didn't go like outside. I just kind of stayed in, but I did wind up getting up to 50% into Dragonborn. I am liking this book. I'm liking that it's I like that it has a female lead. I think that's very unique. We have a school. Our character is basically our character is a dragon, and in this world you can turn into a dragon. You have the power to shift back and forth. She has never been able to transform into a dragon. She is struggling, but she's at this school. There are some mysteries that people think are connected to her, and I'm having a fun time with it. It's like a very quick read, very engaging. It's giving me like Scander and the Unicorn Thief and all of that stuff. I just feel less connected to these characters, but it is very action focused, and it is a fun book. Like, I am liking it. I'll probably put it in my classroom, and I think I have a tote bag too, so I might just add this to like their pile of books. But I am enjoying it. I feel like I'm kind of reading like Scander and the Unicorn Thief, which I felt similarly about, but not to the point where I like love the characters like Keeper of Velocities. But I am having a fun time. I'm going to go read to page 75%, and then I'll give you guys another update. I'm also watching Ironheart on Disney Plus, which is the new Marvel show, I think. I don't even know when it came out. I am so far behind on TV shows, like, literally. But I'm watching that. I have one more episode left. And then I think I'm either going to watch, like, something different, or I'm going to watch Daredevil, which I have not seen yet. So, yeah. Or maybe I'll go back and I'll watch the new Spider-Man, the old Spider-Man movie, the one that I have, like, that's my favorite one, just because Spider-Man started filming. But yeah, that is the plan. So I'm gonna go read to 75% of this, and I'll give you guys an update. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hey, Bright Dragons! I am back. It is Tuesday. I am almost done with Ironheart, and I am about 250 pages into Dragonborn. I am liking this book. I don't think it's going to be a new favorite, but I will say, if you like the Pixar movie Red, I don't know why, but it's giving me similar Red vibes. Basically, this whole character cannot transform into a dragon. And if you can't transform into a dragon for a certain amount of time, you kind of lose the ability to do that. And there is also like a bigger villain in this story. I'm having a fun time with it. It's just reading very quick. It's reading like a very big action adventure story. And always, whether I'm reading YA, whether I'm reading adult, whether I'm reading middle grade, I need to have a bit more connection to the characters. And I'm just not feeling that. I've really struggled, if you followed my July reading, I struggled to feel connected to a lot of the characters in the books. There were some that I really did, and I really loved, and I gave those books 5 stars. But I'm definitely a character-led reader in any genre that I read, so I'm gonna go tackle the rest of this. Today's gonna be a lazy day. I know next week when I'm on my trip, it's gonna be very go. So I'm just trying to rest and recover this week before I head out. So I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna finish Ironheart, and I'm gonna decide if what I want to watch next. I'm gonna probably watch a shorter thing or something that only has 1 season, because I feel like anything else I probably won't finish if I watch like something that had like 4 seasons. But yeah, I'm gonna go finish this, and then I'm gonna decide what I want to read next. I'm really not sure if I'm gonna listen to my audiobook today. Just depends on if I do wind up going for a walk. I am liking that. So when I do my spinning wheel, I may put that on the spinning wheel to pick up the physical arc, because I do have it. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna go finish this, which shouldn't take me that long, and then we're gonna spin again and see, and then by then I should be done with my show, so we could pick 2 new things. And yeah, I'm excited. This is fun. I think that this will definitely work well for my classroom. I'll probably put it in my classroom. I'll probably talk to the librarian I work with, see if she could get a copy for the library, because I think the kids would like it. I just need a balance of my action adventure stories. There needs to be a bit more character building. Like Keeper of the Lost Cities is a great option. The Percy Jackson series, those series have a lot of character growth, and I love those characters. Those are some of my favorite characters, but this just lacks a little bit of character development, as much more action adventure focused, which is not a bad thing. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you're currently reading. I would love to know. What are you off for summer? Do you have summer plans? I'd love to know. I'll talk to you guys soon for another update. Bye. Hi Book Dragons, I am back. It is 12:36. I did wind up finishing Ironheart, which I wound up giving, like, I really liked that. That was like a solid show. It was really, really fun. I liked all the side characters. I liked all the characters. I really hope we get a sequel or we see those characters again in like other properties. Like, I think with the Marvelverse is you never know like where these characters are going to kind of like pop up. But I'm really happy that I watched it. So, and then I also just finished Dragonborn by Struden Murray. I gave this book 3.75 stars. I really did like it. I liked the plot. It was a very, very action-focused story. I am definitely going to put this in my classroom and see if we can maybe get a book for the library. I think that if you're like a Percy Jackson fan, I think if you have younger readers that are very, very action focused, I think this is a good story. I liked it. I liked the world, like the characters. For some reason it gave me Red from Pixar vibes. Like it gave me those vibes. I just didn't feel that connected to the characters. I felt like they were like a little bit more action focused, but again, it's a middle grade story where action is very, very important. I would equate this to being like a story like that, like I've read in the past, with very, very action focused. Very, very good for people that like action and adventure movies or like Percy Jackson, but I didn't feel that connected to the characters. It wasn't like when I was reading Keeper of the Lost Cities and I like love those characters. So a little bit of character growth could help, but I had a fun time with this one. I'm definitely going to put it back in my classroom. Yeah, so we're going to choose another book. It is Tuesday. I am leaving to go on my trip on Friday. But I would like to squeeze in maybe one more book for this vlog. But it's really important it's a physical book. Unless if I have to switch to the audiobook I'm reading, which I put on here because I do like that book. But let's see what. And all of these are going to be Netgally books that I have on Netgally. But just a little bit of prompt. Okay. So this one is, okay, it's like a random page. So I have, let me look at what the actual pages are. I have all these wheels that I need to like make sure. Okay, let me go back to, okay. So I think it's like 12. I have 12 pages on Netgally, which is too many. Good news, my number for this challenge, I just got up to like 25%, which is good. So I think my number was 12. Ooh, okay, so page 4 means, and I'm trying to pick a book that like I have a physical copy of. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. All right, you know what? Let me go get, there are a couple of options. All right, let me go get one of my options because it actually is like there's 2 books here that I have my eyes on. I could read Heir of Storms or I could read The Last Tiger. So let me go get those and then maybe we'll read the summary and we'll decide. All right, I'll be back. Okay, so this is an older book, but it is also my fairy loot. So Heir of Storms, and it says, when Blaze came into the world, she almost drowned. Oh, she's a twin brother. Ooh, and I did get this as like an ARC. I think I got this from ALA. No, from Comic-Con, I think. Oh my god, this book is so pretty. This one is the one I'm more likely to read. And this is one that I do want to read, but I can also save this and read this when I come back because I do have a reading vlog where I have to read like new to me authors, and both of these would work. So, okay. Well, okay. I think right now, I am gonna focus on this because it is so big, and I've been saying in my reading vlogs that I do want to focus on my special editions, because when I go to work, like, I don't really read them, I just stare at them. So yeah, I think I'm gonna focus on Air Storms. I think I'm gonna read 100 pages. I'm also gonna start the new Daredevil show, which I neglected when I was doing my show. I just forgot that it existed. So yeah, I'm gonna read that. I do still have my audiobook, which is actually still on this page, A Good Vampire's Guide to Blood and Boyfriends. And I was gonna switch to that, but I think I'm still gonna keep it as an audiobook. Yeah, alright, so I'm gonna go do my little errandy stuff for this and make sure that I'm all prepped. I'm gonna go update all my places that I need to. And then I'm gonna start that, and I'm gonna read 100 pages of this book. And then I'm going to give you guys an update. I hope I like it, because I do have 2 copies of this. It's been a while since I read A Fairy Loot, but I would like to read this and get this off my shelves because it is quite pretty. You know, it has like this is all like this, and it has this cover, and then it has the edges, it has the straight pages, and it also has these. Oh my god, so pretty. But I don't know what this book's about. I think I got this one at Comic-Con. I could be wrong. It is signed by the author. There is a letter. Alright, let me go read 100 pages of this, or less if I decide to DNF. But I want to like it, because it is blue, and I'm obsessed with blue things. So, alright. I'm going to go read a little bit, and when I have an update for you, I will give it. If I do decide to go for a walk or a bike ride later, I will definitely give you guys a solid update. But yeah, alright, I'll be back when I have an update for you. Bye! Hi, Book Dragons. I am back. This is not a reading update. It's just a package update. If you don't know, my birthday is on Saturday, and that's why I'm going to Ireland. But I do have some packages to open. One, I know exactly what it is, I think. I ordered, I'll show you. I ordered some luggage scales so I could keep one in my bag so I can know how, like, heavy my luggage is. So this was something I bought. But then there's other stuff. I think one's a Pango order. This, I think, is from my friend Kelly, I think she said she was going to get me something. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, I think this is from my friend Kelly. I have to call her. But she got me The Ninth Reign by Jen Williams. I think this is from Kelly. We talked yesterday, and I think this is 90% from her. I have to call her and double check. But she got me that. So it's actually so exciting. Because this is a book that literally everyone and their mother has been reading. If not for Battle of the Booktubers, but I've heard a lot of people reading it. And it's like a high epic fantasy that has creatures in it. So I am going to stick this over here. And then I did wind up getting a package from Pango, which I always say Pango books doesn't really count in my imagination because it's stuff that, like, I just sell my own stock of books. So whenever I have Pango money, which I literally have like $400 in Pango money, so I just forget to use it, to be honest with you. I can also, like, cash it out, but I just keep it in there in case I ever need it for something, which, you know, sometimes I'll miss a special edition that I really, really want. Ooh, okay, this one's packed so well. My goodness. Sometimes these people pack these bags so well that I cannot get into it when I need to open it and tell people about it. Okay, so this, I did buy this because it was a little bit cheaper than buying it on Amazon, and I try so hard to not buy physical books from Amazon if I can avoid it. So this is Flame and Sparrow by S.M. Gaither, and it is a fantasy romance that I'm intrigued by. So yeah, I got 2 books. One I bought myself, and one that is from my friend, which is exciting. I am still reading my book. I only am like 50 pages in, but I'm liking it. I am liking it, so that's actually so exciting. So yeah, that is where we are with that. I will do a update tomorrow unless, like, I get up to 100 pages tonight. I've been trying, even though I'm like I'm not teaching, I've been trying to not stay up past 10:30 or like 11 because I feel like if I stay up till like 2 o'clock in the morning, which I don't ever do anyway, it will make when I go back to work at the end of August a little bit harder. So I normally go to bed by 11, so it's like an extra hour up. And mostly, I'm being real, I'm just scrolling on Instagram or like TikTok or YouTube. YouTube's my crutch because I'm someone that can't read before bed. I am trying my hardest to, after I come back from Ireland, to kind of get myself into that habit, but it's just a hard habit for me to have. Sorry, this was like a random update that had nothing to do, but I wanted to unpack those, and I wanted to make sure that everything was organized, and I wanted to make sure that these came. And I also watched, I forgot her name, but she was talking about junk journaling, and I really want to try to junk journal when I go to Ireland this trip, so I'm going to try to go to Michael's tomorrow and get some stuff. So yeah, all right, hand skills. All right, I'll be back tomorrow when I have another update for you guys, and I'll talk to you guys then. Bye. Hey dragons, I just wanted to do a quick update. I'm like 78%, or like I've like read like 23% in my A Good Vampire's Guide to Blood and Boyfriends. I will have attached a photo. I'm liking that book. It's very, very fun. It's very, very humorous. It's very, very Buffy. Basically, you follow this main character who gets turned into a vampire, but like he's very like he's not very confident about what to do. He feels bad about drinking people's blood, and then he's kind of get invited into this vampire society where they're kind of explaining things to him, and then he has this guy that he likes, or this guy that he's kind of talking to, that's kind of a librarian at the bookstore in the college that he goes to, or the library that he goes to. And it's just funny. It's like a very, very quick, witty read. It gives me Buffy vibes. It's very, very fun, very, very lighthearted, and I'm having a great time with it. I was hoping to finish that before I went to Ireland, but that's probably going to be my commute book for a lot of it, unless tomorrow I listen to a lot. I just haven't been bike riding a lot. I haven't really felt like bike riding, but I might go for a bike ride later. We will see. And I also got up to 100 pages into Air of Storms, which, well, this is the cover that you guys will know better. This is the Albert Crate edition. I'm liking this book quite a bit. It had some of my favorite tropes. I love books where the characters are twins. I love elemental magic right off the bat. I got this book at Comic-Con a while ago. And then this is the Fairy Loot edition of it. But basically you have a main character, and it's elemental magic. And when Blaze was born, she was born into a family of like fire, like elemental people that connected to fire. She was not, and she accidentally, her birth, set about a storm that kind of destroyed her like little home. When she was born, and then when it stopped, she like basically accidentally killed a lot of people. But ever since then, she has basically she's not had her powers. Her powers have been dormant. She has a twin brother named Flint, who is a fire starter, or fire like elemental. And then the way that this society works, which I think is very, very interesting, is like the rulers of these societies only last until middle age, and then like an event happens that like basically decides who's going to be the ruler of their little land, and you have to kind of go and you have to kind of do a competition to decide. And then like the king of the land, his child automatically becomes the next king, I guess, because that's like a bloodline, but there's different ways that you get anointed. And unfortunately, this girl who has the wrong magic is basically invited. She's going to be an heir. She's going to be a competitor in this with her twin brother. There's also a little kid in this story that I'm like absolutely adoring. And he's not in this part of the book, but now basically both of these twins are in this competition, but they're on like opposite sides. They're going for different courts. So basically every elemental court gets like a new heir. So that was a really, really bad way to explain it. But people don't like Blaze because she kind of did all these things. Inadvertently, she was just born. She was a baby. Her mother has passed away, but yeah, I'm really, really liking it. I just hope I can read a lot more of it before I go to Ireland, or I might just have to read it on my Kindle. I don't know. I do have an e-arc. I don't know if I got rid of, like a physical arc. I don't know if I got rid of this, but I'm not bringing this one to Ireland. I'm not bringing any of my books that are like nice because I don't want to ruin them. So yeah, but I'm going to go back to reading this. If I can go for a bike ride, I will. That is the plan later on, so I can make some more progress on that book. But I may just tomorrow. I actually have to go get my hair done, and I have to go a couple errands. I have to pack tomorrow, like finish packing. So I might actually listen to a lot more of my audiobook tomorrow. We will see. But I was proud of myself. I went to Target. I didn't buy myself any books. Clap points for me. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm also watching Daredevil Born Again, which The first episode I was real mad about, I'll be real honest. I was very, very upset. We're getting further into the story, which I am liking, and I'm hoping to watch, basically before I leave, I want to watch this, and I want to rewatch No Way Home, which is my favorite Spider-Man movie because he's in that, and yeah, I would like to rewatch that before I go, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm going to go read another 100 pages of this. We will see how long that takes me. I didn't really read a lot yesterday. I was, you know, struggling to pick up books, which is weird, but I really do like this. I'm loving Elemental Magic. I'm loving twins. So yeah, I'm so happy I finally picked this book up. I want to do a reading vlog in September where I read my special editions, but I probably should have done that. I may actually do that in, August when I come back from my trip, because I struggle to read books when I commute back and forth because they're so pretty. That's really my issue. I don't want to ruin them, so I may actually do a special edition vlog when I get home. But yeah, my friend also wants me to read Calabasas, but enough about that. Alright, so I am going to go read a bit more, and I'll come back when I have read 100 pages of this. I'll give you guys a time check, and if I have bike ride as well, I'll give you an audiobook update, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hi, Big Dragons. Okay, so last night I did wind up getting up to basically page 200 in my book, Air of Storms. I'm really hoping to finish this book before I leave for Ireland, but I don't know how that's gonna go. I am liking this book. I remember I was watching someone's book review of Powerless by Lauren Roberts, and they're like, the trials don't mean anything, and like it was hard to like understand why these trials meant stuff. This book definitely has higher stakes. I'm loving the elemental magic. We have a lot of characters in here that I'm feeling really connected to. It's a very, very easy book to read. And the like basically you have like, basically there's like 4 like elemental kingdoms, I guess you could say, and once like the gods deem that there's going to be new rulers, there's new rulers so that they keep young and fresh, which I think is a cool idea. I like that. And our main character has had a bit of trauma in her life. She was supposed to be a fire. She was supposed to be dealing with fire elementals, but when she was born, there was a big storm that she kind of caused that kind of killed a lot of people. And her brother and her are basically named to be heirs in this competition. And the first like trial was very, very gut-wrenching. It was very, very emotional, but there was a big reveal at the end of that chapter, and I just want to keep reading. I'm really having a fun time with it. Like, I don't want to stop reading, which is good. I just am not taking this book to Ireland with me. It is an e-arc, so we can technically read it on my Kindle. I'm gonna see how far I can get, but I am really, really liking this book. Like, I would like to just keep reading it. I'm also episode 6 of Daredevil Reborn again, which I am really, really liking. That will probably be my show for today. And then I'm listening to my audiobook, which is just fun. Like, it's just a fun listen. Like, I'm just having a fun time with it. And, like, you're kind of diving deeper into the vampiric world. But, like, it's also kind of, like the way that, like, this vampire system is, like, reminds me of kind of, like, going back to college for the first time. And, like, having someone teach you the ropes. It's just very, very fun and very, very witty. And I'm really enjoying that one as well. So I'm having a pretty good reading experience. But yeah, so that's where I am. I'll probably give you guys an update when I get up to page 300, and we'll give you guys a time check. Right now it's like almost 10:30. I did get my hair done because I am going like away. I did wind up packaging my luggage. That's why it's behind me. I organized stuff for my mom. I got all my stuff. So I'm all packed to go, and then I'm just going to do the final stuff tomorrow. Like, I filmed a couple of TikToks. I kind of prepped everyone for my content that's going to change, obviously, because I'm going to be in Ireland, and yeah, but you guys will see this after I come back. But if you wanted to follow me, my Instagram is always below, and that has day-to-day updates. Especially when life gets busy, I tend to update Instagram the most because it's easiest for me to do. So I will talk to you guys when I have an update for you, hopefully sooner rather than later. I would like for you to hear from me by like 1. We will see if that actually happens, but I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hi, Big Dragons. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to wrap up this vlog because it's actually super long, and I am heading to Ireland today. Well, I'm going to the airport today to go to London to go to Ireland, but I'm gonna do that in my other vlog. So I am about 300 pages into Air of Storms. This is going to turn into my commute book or my travel book for the first half of the trip. And also, I'm still listening to the other book. So this was a very, very long vlog. I also got super distracted towards the end of the week, like trying to do other things. I was also trying to catch up on a lot of stuff, so I didn't really read a ton. But I am still really liking this book, so I'm really hopeful that I can like sit down and focus on it, but I almost just want to like get to the airport, but I have a night flight, so let's talk about that in the other video. The next vlog you're going to see hopefully will be my travel vlog. I've never vlogged internationally before, so I don't know how well I'm going to do, but I am going to try because I do like doing that stuff. But also, this is going to be posted way after I come back, but if you do want to follow me, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll post it today, we'll see. But if you do ever want to follow my day-to-day adventures, I recommend you follow me on Instagram because that's where my day-to-day content is, and I will see you guys when I'm in Ireland. Bye!